Yeah, we gotta all start bringing towels, bro. It is hot in here.
Yeah.
All right, so we gotta talk some finals, bro. We had little finals. The finals came to a close. I've been kind of sad about it. I can't lie. I was hurt for my guys, man. I was hurt for Chris. I was hurt for Devin. At first, I was a little less sympathetic. Well, actually, what do you guys think about the finals, man? Like, I want to hear you guys' takes because I just want to hear if y'all get disrespectful.
We
and,
all
like,
have terrible takes in
off.
basketball and terrible basketball IQ and IQ picks because I think we all guessed wrong about who was going to win the finals this year.
That's
I don't think any of us said the Bucks was going to win.
Yeah, I
the
think I
finals
said
this
Suns
year.
in 6.
Yeah,
probably.
everyone said Suns.
So,
I thought the Bucks was gonna win, honestly, because I felt like they had a more complete team. If you count in experience and guys that have really been in that position, and I just felt like they had the size. The size advantage was huge for them too.
Yeah.
I think they out rebounded them by a lot. I'm not sure what the specific amount
They
is.
got out rebounded like every game
by a lot. So I mean, I thought they were a really big team that had shooters, which was always gonna benefit you, and I think that's what the route is gonna take for this next team. To see like, hey, we could be really big, but also and shoot and more opportunities that way.
Actually, I have 3 thoughts on these finals.
Yeah.
One, it was a good end to a terrible season. This season was pretty ass. Let's be real. The regular season, people just trying to get through it. Like COVID was happening, people going in and out, no fans. People were half-assing it the entire year. Then we get to the playoffs. Then almost everybody gets hurt.
Everybody's hurt, man.
Right.
But at least the finals was a really good finals to watch. With at least my second point, Giannis went really off. I couldn't believe how well he was playing. I always knew he was good, but he showed me something.
Bro, I also think they guarded him so badly.
They didn't have anybody for him, low-key.
Bro, but that's why you gotta just, bro. Every year the teams wall up, make Chris Middleton and Drew, put them on the spot, make them have to kill us.
Yeah,
they were killing the Suns, and they're still in man coverage. So they're still guarding. Ayton couldn't guard Giannis, bro. It was literally, and I feel like a lot of analysts have been saying this too. Monty was stubborn, bro. He just wouldn't change his coverage at all, bro. He's literally getting a running start, coming right at Ayton, and just getting baseline every single time.
Yeah,
fam, that's crazy. We're not. That's not an issue. We'll let Giannis get his 40 and everyone, bro. He's getting his 40. Middleton's doing well. Drew had several very, very, very good games where he literally looked like an all-star. So it's dog, at this point, just try to cut your losses. Just try to wall up. Try to wall up.
But I do feel that because they were saying that Monty Williams wasn't making the right adjustments. But at the same time, it's I agree with you. I don't think anybody could their team in general was just smaller.
Yeah, they didn't really have the personnel to really guard Giannis.
Because a lot of the games were 3 possessions away. There was 3 possessions where the Suns could have honestly won the first 3 games. Really.
Absolutely. They should have won. They should have won game 4 for sure. But Chris didn't look like himself, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and also more loose balls and more offensive rebounding will create better opportunities. Giannis, got going from the free throw line. And I don't think DeAndre Ayton did the proper adjustment to I feel like there's replays where Giannis got fouled, and I felt like he was giving a baseline to Giannis.
Every time.
But it's Giannis is fucking 7 feet tall. Nobody, he's right there. So I don't think Jay Crowder.
He got cooked.
Yeah. But I mean, DeAndre Ayton had a great playoffs.
Yeah, he had a great playoff run.
You know what I think we all kind of underestimated? I would say is the Bucks' experience from last year's playoffs.
That was a big thing.
We kind of factor that in there, right? Because you look at the X factors for the Bucks and the Suns this finals, they all really came to play. Brook Lopez did well.
Big moments,
had a bad
they were
day,
ready.
But they were good. Chris Middleton, of course, that game low. Excuse me.
Chris Middleton, that guy, I think
it was bad. And then you had the Suns Mikal Bridges, right? Ayton was balling out. Fucking who else? Cameron Payne was balling out. So the X factors were there. But then I'm thinking, okay, what else was it? And I would probably say the experience that they had as a team from last year, then going into now. And then we're just looking at Chris Paul and D Book as such offensive powerhouses. They can take care of it, wall up on Giannis. That's easy, you know? And we didn't factor in that intangible. So
what goes me to my third point. Yeah. I feel like the value of three-point shooting has been overrated.
Wow.
Because if you look at it, the teams that won the three-point shooting battle in the finals didn't win the finals. Last year, Lakers couldn't shoot. We still won. This year, Bucks were worst shooting team, and the Phoenix Suns still won. They won on their size and defense. The only shooting teams that won championships were the Golden State Warriors because they had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So I feel like shooting is overrated. At the end of the day, it's been like this since the beginning of the NBA. Size and defense win basketball. That's how the Kobe Powell Lakers used to win. Kobe Shaq Lakers used to win. That's how Jerry West built all his teams off size, athleticism, and defense. Because unless you have the shooters who are generational, you can't build your team on shooting. That's why I wasn't scared about Utah. They have a great regular season offense because they shoot a bunch of threes. But in the playoffs, that's not going to work because they're going to shut that off.
also think that the Bucks also did get better as a team. Drew Holiday was a
Drew's
huge
no joke.
addition because, man, he was at it defense. I think he might be, honestly, I could be comfortable calling him the best defender in the NBA.
Best like perimeter defender?
Yeah.
Better than Ben
for
Simmons?
Ooh.
I think Ben, he could guard multiple positions.
Yeah, I would actually. Yeah, I'm talking about like I was living in the moment really, but
yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, like because I forgot Ben Simmons is like 6'10" and can do
They
the
say
same
Giannis
thing.
the best in the league.
He's not, but he's really good.
That's a stretch.
I have him like
You
at
can't-
4th right now.
What do y'all think about the Giannis saved the league? He showed you don't have to need a super team to win.
Yeah, you just need to wait for everybody to get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
and also we're only saying that because the games have literally been so watched with no fans.
Yeah.
And then we see fans and we see how hyped the games are with the fans and the atmosphere. I think we need to stop. You can't be the best player and still have like significant what's the word? Significant holes in your game.
Yeah, no.
Like, you know, I think in my opinion, based on this playoffs, KD has to get that. But when Braun comes healthy, I'm gonna put Braun.
Yeah, but even on the super team thing though, it's just like you could win with no super teams as long as you don't have to face any super teams.
Yeah.
Right.
And you didn't have to face, and even like in my post about that shit, someone's saying, he's a cool dude by the way, but was saying like I beg to differ because they just played the Nets and the Nets have Blake Griffin and stuff. I'm like, bro, Blake is not making them a super team. What makes them a super team is Kyrie, James, and KD. They had no Kyrie. They had a partial James Harden. And then when James came back, bro, James couldn't do shit. And then, bro, the people that were hating on James, it's like, fam, you guys just don't know anything about basketball. Like, if you have a guy that's like one of the greatest scorers of all time, and he's out there and literally can't turn a corner, can't drive to the rim. All he can do is his hamstring was fucked.
All he did was just shoot and pass. He really couldn't attack at all.
They literally were not guarding him very well. They're literally doubling up on KD and leaving him damn near open, bro. He's bricking open threes. They're just closing out on him. He can't move, bro. People that know basketball, it's like, dog, if you have we don't respect greatness. That's really what it is. Like, if you have a great out there and he's playing like shit, yeah, bro, it's probably because that fucking injury that he's been out for all this time. You got to give him credit for even playing, like stepping up,
even trying.
And you could just see him, like he didn't look right physically.
Yeah.
Like,
He
James Harden never attacking the
quickness,
basket. Like, what? He blows by everybody.
Trust me, we all know what a healthy James Harden can do.
We all know, man.
We all know.
All right, so then did y'all? Oh, well, actually, let's play the video. I feel like you just got to do this justice. The Rachel Nichols post game with my man Chris Paul.
Right. Let's do it.
I'm surprised y'all haven't chat on Chris Paul yet. I appreciate
I'm getting
it. But, okay, so let's watch this.
I think Dale's the only one that like really
good.
Yes.
Go ahead, Rachel.
What does it feel like?
I feel like we just lost.
This is Rachel Nichols post game. The first question she asked to Chris.
Go ahead, Rachel.
What does it feel like?
I feel like we just lost.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
You know what I mean? So
What does it feel? I wish he had said more. Like, what the fuck type of question is
Just
that?
have it bleeped out in the Sports Center replay.
And
I
they
feel
said,
happy. Like, it's a great feeling. You know?
yeah,
I'm
like what
enjoying
type of
myself.
stupid ass question, bro? This was an L for Rachel, and I just spent all last pod defending Rachel and
That's what I'm
shit.
talking about Rachel. Like, she's all about like the narrative of basketball. So she asked that question. She could form her weird ass narrative when she goes in the jump on Monday.
And then her next one.
you know what I mean? So
Attack Rachel.
yeah.
Knowing that for so long you worked to get to this point, is there any
How's she just gonna let him respond and then just
solace
add on to the
had this
question like it was
experience
all
when
one?
you worked to get to this point?
you can tell he's over.
Is there any solace in, hey, I've had this experience
No.
and I can learn from it and I might get back here?
Leave this man alone.
He had a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll take a while to process
that's a
this
valid question,
or
though.
whatnot, but it's
What
the
does it
same
feel like?
mentality.
No,
Get
the
back to
second
work.
one.
You know what I mean? I ain't retiring.
She was like,
that's what you asking.
Is there
That's out.
value in
So,
basically getting to the finals
you
and
know,
not
back to
winning?
work.
Like, experience wise?
Dwayne.
Yeah, Chris, with all due,
All right,
with,
yeah, I
with
think
all,
we got that one. You thought the second one was valid? Second one was more valid. I
Yeah.
think when you start with that one though, like,
Yeah,
I
the
feel like
first one was
anything
just
past
dumb.
that is just, what does it feel like? Type of stupid. Like that was crazy.
She's trying to
And
be deep with it. Like, shut
was
up.
Yeah, bro. What type of stupid ass shit
Well,
is
shut
that?
up.
It's like
What
you're
is
at a
it-
funeral. Like, how do you feel? Like, nigga, I'm happy. What do you think I feel,
Yeah.
bro?
What does
Like,
it
at a funeral.
feel like?
Hey, her replacement though did an excellent job. Malika and
And she
Malika
fine as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
but just-
Malika. Hey, we're gonna start that.
Hey,
A
Malika.
hashtag. Yeah, we can start a hashtag.
That question was bad.
Yeah.
Sorry. So go on. What do you have to say about Chris Paul? I want to hear it.
Oh, man. Chris Paul.
Let's just take. Like,
Let's get it.
He's,
Let's
one of,
take
the,
a
he's one of the best point guards of all time.
Uh-huh.
But
Right.
then, like, I don't understand how some players get criticized to the extent they do for not having championships. But I feel like Chris Paul is the poster child for one of those players as well. And he doesn't catch as much heat. Knowing when a lot of the times him not winning, he's part of the reason too. It's not every time he gets bad luck. Like, No, like he could have. There's so many games in the finals where he just didn't play well. He got outplayed by Drew Hall in the biggest game of his career.
Is Chris Paul a loser, Dale?
I think Chris Paul is the loser on the highest level. In the playoffs,
Oh,
In
so
the
now he has a
highest
caveat.
level.
And at least now he has a caveat to it. The other day he was talking about
I
he's
said
been
the
a
highest-
loser his whole life.
No, in the conversation I said when it comes he run the regular season, but in the playoffs, like he hasn't won anything, and he's fumbled a lot too.
That's a different argument than he's been a loser his whole life, but I feel what you're saying.
I was pretty sure it was Don who says a loser his whole life.
No, that was with the post that you posted and agreed with or whatever.
I
that
laughed
tweet.
at it. That's different.
Yeah, and I was saying he's been a loser his whole life is hilarious.
So what does
Yeah.
that make Russ then?
I mean,
like
Oh
Harden.
yeah.
I mean, if Chris Paul's a winner, how's Russ not a winner?
I mean, I'm not saying he's a winner though, but he's definitely not a loser.
I know. I'm saying.
I think
like-
so you didn't go too far with it. I think people have gone too far when they're saying like Chris Paul's been a loser his whole life. My thing to that is it's just funny. Like you can be 6 feet tall, get to the NBA, become a top 10 point guard of all time, first ballot Hall of Famer, get to the championship,
MVP candidate.
lose, and then people are just like, nah, he's been a loser his whole life. Like it's crazy how we look at these greats. Like if you knew him personally, you'd be like so proud of the guy. Like he is an all-time fucking great. 6 feet tall, but we just like fans just don't care. Like you're 6 feet, doesn't matter. Why didn't you win? You guys didn't like. I don't think Chris Paul can be the best player on a team and them win a ring. I think they had a chance to with the Clippers, but like going forward, yeah, bro, it's tough. He's also very old and he showed out. That's why my thing is I'm just sad for him. Like I'm sad for him, sad for D-Book. Y'all saw the clip. D-Book was just sitting there like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Bro,
shit hurt.
That shit hurt me, bro. Because it's like, aside from everything, because I was kind of like frustrated seeing them lose. It's frustrating watching guys lose. And you're looking like, dang, y'all could have won game 4. Y'all could have won game 3. Like, okay, so this is what happened. Y'all just got beat. Y'all flat out, y'all got beat. But then you see them losing, and it's just like, bro, losing hurts so much. Like, regardless, like they went out there and they fought hard, regardless of their downfalls. Like the offensive boards were a frustration factor.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, sometimes I think we do gotta just enjoy greatness, because the same people that are saying shit about Chris Paul, as soon as he passes, if he were to pass tomorrow, same one sucking dick. Same way they did with Kobe. We remember what people were saying about Kobe.
They're
We
talking
remember it.
mad crazy about Kobe at 2010 on. After he started winning the championships, they're going in on him.
Who's
Like,
they, Dale?
Bro, a lot of people just don't
Media
really
and
appreciate
fans.
these people.
I know.
Like, we just don't
Bro, I was
appreciate-
never a Kobe hater. See, he thinks I'm a Kobe hater because I defended LeBron.
Nah,
No,
Ryan.
like,
you
like,
know. Dale was on
Okay,
that
what
shit.
if I
back
said
and
bad
forth.
about Kobe?
We won't repeat it. We just let you
I
live.
never
We just
said
let
anything
you
bad
live.
about
No,
Kobe.
I think it was a Kobe versus LeBron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
and I
was a
said
lot
LeBron
of,
was better. And
You know,
oh, you hate Kobe? I'm like, nigga, reigning
You're
two-time
right.
MVP,
You're right.
but I'm the
Nah.
hater. Like,
It was
You're
there was a
right,
lot
you're
of there was some disrespect at that time.
I probably
think
said
we
Kobe
even-
sucked after Achilles because he did.
No, remember when they said Kawhi was more clutch than Kobe?
I didn't agree with that.
No, but remember when?
Yeah,
like,
they said dumb
yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, but also I want to ask you guys, because we're going back to Chris Paul. So like realistically, like, because I feel like he had a good game. He 26 points, 11 for 19 for the field. How many years do you guys think that he really does have?
Being like an elite player?
to get a good contract and also competitive wise.
Oh, he's
2-3
not going
years, I think.
About 3 years. You
He's not going back.
You
To the
don't think
finals?
he's going to Phoenix?
No, he's not going back to the finals.
As
Okay.
like the top 2 guy, no. He will not be like the
I don't think
centerpiece of
in
the
his
team.
career he's going back to the finals.
Really?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't think so.
There's
What if he
rumors
go-
of him
what if he gets
potentially
traded?
going to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Potentially.
What if he comes to the Lakers? Do you think that?
No,
No.
I don't know.
I
You don't
think
think he'll get to the championship if he comes to the Lakers?
I don't know. I don't think he's going to the Lakers.
Yeah, he's
all right,
probably
okay.
not.
Playing with the hypothetical. Yeah.
there's been reports
Well,
the Lakers
wait-
are trying to get him and he's open to it.
All right,
When
yeah,
Magic
okay,
Johnson
then.
put it out there as soon as the
AD,
finals
okay, that's a
ended.
good ass team. I can't lie. I don't see anybody else beating them.
Who's trying to get after him?
Oh, there's reports that the Lakers trying to get Chris
Oh,
Paul.
Lakers.
Chris Paul's
Right,
potentially
right.
interested. Anything Magic Johnson right after the finals ended. Like if I'm Chris Paul, first call I'm taking is from the Lakers. So
I'm just
like, it's in
hesitant to say the
ethos.
Lakers would automatically win if they just got Chris Paul. Like I don't know. 'cause
I
feel
think
like
we're
I've done it.
automatically going to the finals if we get Chris Paul. Because,
Wow.
like, the Clippers don't have Kawhi next year because he tore his ACL, unfortunately.
Really?
And after that, like, I don't see anybody in the West, unless the Warriors make a crazy move, who's like, even if they do, like, it's a matchup disadvantage for them with Anthony Davis and LeBron
Shit,
inside.
we would have been in the finals this year.
Yeah, we will help to
Yeah.
be in the finals this year of our
True.
flawed team. But
Wow.
Brooklyn is
Yeah.
still the team to, like, watch out. Like,
Okay.
they're pretty scary. Kevin Durant showed me a lot these playoffs.
But the
Yeah.
trade I was hearing about for CP was fucking, what was it, Schroeder, Kuzma, and a first-round pick?
Yeah.
Y'all think that has a chance of happening?
I
Like,
don't
if you're the
think so.
Suns?
I don't think the Suns would do it because why would I make the Lakers better?
Yeah, it's like literally like you're lucking out. Like, oh, but the 22nd pick too.
Yeah.
And you were saying even though it's supposed to be a good draft,
It's
bro.
a pretty deep draft.
Yeah, number 22 is gonna just be the
You'll
next
probably
Michael.
get a solid player this pick.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident about it because this draft is like really deep when it comes to like good role players.
Yeah, I'm excited for the free agency, just because there's so much like what ifs,
Yeah,
There's
that's
so many
true.
like names going to different teams and stuff,
Yeah.
especially the Lakers. Like we're obviously like diehard fans, so we're excited to see We haven't gotten any Lakers action in a minute, bro.
There's some Russ to the Lakers rumors too. I know Tori don't want to.
What do y'all think about that, bro? Russ on the Lakers.
So at first I was like, because Melvin brought up the idea months ago, and I was like, I am not with that.
Oh right.
And then I thought about it over time. And I'm just like, man, at the end of the day, he's better than Schroeder. So like at least an upgrade.
This is what I said. I would say that I would take a second look of him than Chris Paul, just based on the longevity wise. I think longevity wise, like Westbrook is more athletic. He's faster. He's more fast paced. He could rebound the ball. We know what he can do.
He's younger. He doesn't get hurt.
He's younger. So I mean, it's just so many things have to fall in place in order for that to be successful with Westbrook.
Yeah.
It's like it's such a big gamble. But I mean, it could work. Like people just shut out the idea that it can't work. And I think that's false.
Westbrook, I mean, we're just giving up on all our shooting at that point.
Right, but like, at the same time, you're getting a third playmaker, which is what primarily.
But he needs the ball too.
That's
and
true.
I feel like his tenacity. A lot of it comes in starring and like being the guy with the ball, being the guy making shit happen. He's not that great off the ball. Like he's gonna have some great backdoor cuts and like through the lane cuts, but past that, bro, like. I don't know. Like I really think that we're gonna be shitting on Russ a lot. If he was on the Lakers, like LA fans,
it'll be a love-hate
every
relationship every game. But also like LeBron is getting older, and I do think that with Russ being the primary ball handler, because we know he can get like 15 assists. He's done that.
Yeah, and he can run the pick
and roll. Great for AD.
Yeah, like I think it would work with LeBron playing off ball. Because, I think at the end of the day, LeBron is going into his 19th season.
But if I'm a defense, we walling up on Braun and forcing Russ to shoot. And
they do that now. They leave every shooter on the team wide open.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
Yeah, but at least we had people that were supposed to be shooters. Russ is like, fuck, he's shooting it again.
I mean,
and they're like,
how much is the difference between Russ shooting the three and Dennis? Because they were both bricks.
Yeah, they were both pretty, like 30%.
Dennis is a better 3-point shooter than him, though.
Barely.
Barely, yeah.
Literally barely. By the numbers, barely. He was like 33. Russ was like 31.
Dennis shot 33% from the field. Let me check this shit. Are you dead ass?
No, he's pretty bad.
Not from the man.
I'd rather have Russ shooting the three.
Yeah, like it works.
And at least Russ can do other things for me too. Like he's
saying.
gonna help the playmaking. He's gonna help our rebounding a lot, our transition game a lot.
He would help with
transition would be crazy.
And one thing about Russ, even the Russ hater could admit, he's gonna play his ass off. He's at least gonna play hard every game.
He's gonna have that confidence that also. Imagine
and he's not scoring 0 points in the playoff game.
But imagine AD at the 5, bro. Like we already assume AD is gonna be at the 5 when it matters. So Russ and AD at the 1 and 5 is pretty.
That's
nasty.
Really good.
With LeBron like cutting in,
you're just gonna need the other two players to be able to shoot.
Right,
like, you have to, or just not gonna be that effective.
Bro, no one can shoot when they come to LA, bro.
Really,
I don't know what the fuck happens.
Only the GOAT Jody Meeks, bro. He was the only one who had the wetter with LA.
Bro, as soon as they get off the fucking plane, they just lose their shooting ability. I don't get it. Like I really have never gotten that. We've never had nobody that was wet, came over and was still wet.
Hey, Sasa Vujic.
Steve Nash was the only one, so God had to make him hurt instead.
Yeah,
that's like, he's the one guy who can't break my curse, so I'm just fuck it.
Damn.
You remember when he broke his back off carrying groceries? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that was
Steve
Nash?
Ridiculous,
bro.
That pissed me off, bro, because before that,
Steve Nash.
He had been like, yeah, the honest truth is like, yeah, I'm playing for the money, like the contract, to basically continue to feed. Like I know, like people were talking about how he got overpaid and how all this stuff, and he was saying like, yeah, at this point, it is partially, the financial aspect. He's just talking about like. Business wise, like I'm a
he's
adult,
giving you
I have
the
a
cold
family
hard
to
truth.
fucking but at the time I was younger too. I was fucking mad, and then he's gonna go fucking hurt himself grocery shopping like old as shit. Like we always get the leftovers.
Just retire, bro.
No, fuck Steve Nash. He could have medically retired and secured all his money and will be off on our books. But he's like, nah, I want to keep on playing. Yeah. Then he retires and goes coaches Golden State. Man, fuck you. Can coach with us?
And now he's coaching Brooklyn.
You stole money from us. Then you just go to Golden State.
And now he's coaching Brooklyn.
Bro, okay, we'll get off the sports, but actually the next one's kind of sports. But one thing about him coaching, I do like seeing more player coaches, like Monty Williams out there. Like one person was making, I think it was Matt Barnes or maybe it was Richard Jefferson, I don't remember. But they were just saying how like NBA and basketball is so weird how like every other job, if you worked it for years, like you have all that experience, right? If you worked in that field, all that experience goes on your resume. But when it comes to like NBA players, you could have played 20 years. When it comes to coaching afterward, they want you to start in the fucking mail room and like the video room. Like you're like the third coach back. You're like a player coach.
Like Eric Spoelstra, like he was.
Well, he didn't play though. But like these guys, like that's why you see all these players. They got to go assistant. They got to jump that, as opposed to then you'll have a guy that's never played in the league, nonstop coaching positions, versus like players. They should be probably like very high up on the list just alone of playing 20 years and knowing what the players go through. But I mean, and the majority of
but does that eliminate the job for
doesn't eliminate
coaches?
it, but the point is like it's so hard for guys to get jobs in the league when it's like, bro, you have so much experience. This guy's been some might have coaching experience, but as far as like your play in the league, it goes a long way. Especially like point guards like Chauncey Billups, Monty Williams,
Right.
Doc Rivers.
And then what about
Steve Kerr?
Steve Kerr.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's like the same thing. You could say that about anything, like, or at least when it comes to sports. Like, I feel like there's a lot of coaches that are really great, but never actually were good at the sport themselves, right? Like Coach K, for example. I don't think he was ever hooping like that, but he's an amazing coach. Yeah. So I think that kind of eliminates a whole position when you're just saying, like, well, he played, you didn't. So I feel like he has more experience in that field, so he's better for it. So now you're kind of eliminating an entire, like, X's and O's portion of it more so than just like I just played, you know, and they're also doing that with sportscasters too, where a lot of the players are just transitioning over. Whereas you have other people who are learning about communication, practicing these skills, and now they're kind of just being eliminated because the players are just taking all the other jobs too. So it's kind of like, where do you draw the line?
That's a good point. I think there needs to be a balance though. Like you can have both. There's people that have that, but a lot of those guys, like you'll see a guy go from being a college coach straight into the NBA. Yeah. Just straight off. I can't name it off the top of my head, but obviously we know what happens. Like you'll go straight from college right into the NBA, and they're like, well, they coached at this school. You just like if Coach K wanted to coach in the NBA, bro, we'd have a job instantly. But in the defense, he's fucking Coach K. Like he's the man. We know how great of a coach he is. Yeah. I feel like I think a lot of players feel like it's like they don't really care. I think their point is like the consideration for the fact of like this guy knows the game. This guy's like Chauncey Billups getting his hiring now. Like so many player coaches, they have to be assistants before. They have to be like Steve Nash. He was whatever. He was like the player coach or assistant or whatever over there. Luke Walton, similar thing. Chauncey Billups, similar thing. Like you have to spend years being an assistant coach. Tyronn Lue, bro, he was an assistant coach he was an assistant coach with Boston when they won. Like he's been, bro. You have to gain up. So it's like you have to restart your career and build up all this experience and then prove you can be a coach. Which I mean, I get in terms of like building up that experience, maybe a year of like getting that knowledge. But I just think that sometimes the consideration should be a little higher. Of like you shouldn't have an opening and you're not at least entertaining some of these guys that have been previous players. Right. I hope Gilbert Arenas gets a chance to coach at some point.
That'll be interesting.
I feel like the player coach thing. It depends on what type of coach you're looking for. Like, if you need, like, a leadership type of coach, then I feel like the player coach is the perfect example for that. Like, he's been in the locker room. He has the respect of the players and stuff like that. But if you need an X and O coach, sometimes the former player is not the best to do that. Like, you're really good at basketball, understand the game, but it's different when you're designing, scheming up things for everybody, having a system like
There's
that.
definitely pros and cons to the just straight coaching experience versus – because some players also aren't great at, like, communicating certain things. Like they say Michael would have been a horrible coach. Yeah, just because he's gonna be too hard. He's gonna expect too much. He's gonna
Kobe said himself like he would hate coaching. Yeah,
Kobe liked coaching kids and shit, like teaching the game, getting them to learn the game. He don't want to coach fucking grown ass men. He looking at him like you fucking bum. Like you look a little hungover. Like all right, cool. We gonna run. Like we gonna run all fuck. And he probably look at everyone as bums, bro. He probably would have hurt a lot of people's feelings being the coach.
Yeah, that's interesting.
His press conference would have been funny as hell though.
It would.
Yeah, he'd be like, what do you think they did out there? You didn't see?
Niggas missing shots.
Yeah, can't hit, can't close, lazy.
Don't even answer the question.
Just
he'd legit
mama mentality face.
He'd have the greatest post game interviews.
He would legit be like what Bill Belichick is like in the post game.
Yeah, but like funnier.
Like he'd be like, we'll address it next week.
Like
like
the motherfucker missed the shot. Like what do you want me to say?
Hey, I would love to see that though. I would. Yeah.
Well, I'm not playing, so what do you think happened?
Kobe, does your team have the Mamba mentality?
Kobe's trying to sub it. Give me a jersey.
Soft motherfuckers. He be calling them soft at halftime every game.
He goes to ownership. Y'all need to sign me. Like these niggas.
To get in
and it looks like Kobe's checking himself in.
Every practice he runs with them, like he's not even watching. He just out there running. Like this is how I get them better. They gotta play with the dog.
Like honestly, yeah, because it's like. What Kobe is like, he'd obviously implemented on his team. Yeah, man, like that team would like, because some of them some athletes do not like hard work. They're just talented, gifted, like
especially getting all that money, like
getting
they stop caring as much. Like champion, especially I think with all the pressure from the media too. Yeah, I could see certain guys just be like, man, let me just get my bag and lay low. Like I'm
chilling in Miami.
I'm not gonna
like nigga. I getting paid $25 million a year. You think I give a fuck what Stephen A. Smith has to say about me? Like I'm living my life, bro.
Hey, can we cancel him?
Stephen A.
He's been on my nerves the past few years.
Wait, why?
He just like he messy.
Like the past few weeks, just kind of haven't been like a good look for him. Yeah, I haven't seen none of the clips. I just seen the thumbnail or like the title, and I'm just like, Stephen A., you're at it again. But the last time we talked about Stephen A., he was saying some crazy shit. Yeah. So I don't know. The last
he don't be watching the games, bro. He just be saying shit.
Yeah,
like he can't. He works like 24/7. Like how he had time to watch these games, bro? Like
and the only
I can't even blame him.
Is because he's like a talking head. Like we cancel him as a talking head.
That's the issue with ESPN. Like we talked about how they hire like former players to be analysts. they gave up on like the actual like journalistic integrity, like be good, thoughtful and stuff. It's all about entertainment. So they get guys like Stephen A. Smith who are funny. They get former athletes who get eyeballs because I used to watch him play every Sunday. I'm gonna watch him on First Take or First Things First. It's like they went away from having real reporting and real like substance in their shows, and now it's all entertainment.